I did some of these too, I think. So let me do this one. All right. So Mark must take at least 32 units of vitamin A. Oh, yeah. First we look at min or max. There it is. The minimum cost. So what are we trying to minimize? Cost. Where does it say something about cost? Pill number 1 costs 15 cents. Call that X. And pill number 2 costs 25 cents. Right, there's where we start there, right? Where we're trying to maximize or minimize. That good? Remember how we always start with that? Always start with you're trying to maximize or minimize. It said minimize cost. And then, so I looked for cost. Cost 15 cents, cost 25. That's X and Y. So that's always how we start. So now we go to write our equations. So it's going to be X here, going to be Y here. And minimum, remember it's always the opposite? So for minimum, these guys are going to be what? Greater. They're both going to be greater equations, aren't they? For minimum. Because it's always opposite. For max, you do less. For min, you do more. Because it's always opposite. All right. Of what? Well, let's see what it says. It says 32 is what's needed for vitamin A, and then there's vitamin B, and then there's vitamin C. Okay, there's going to be 3 of these things. Okay, so vitamin A has got to be 32. Vitamin B has got to be 10. Vitamin C has got to be 35. Okay, pill number 1 is 8A, 1B, 2. 8, 1, 2. See how I read that off? 8, 1, 2. See how it went right on down? For pill number 1, remember, pill number 1 is X. Remember I made X pill number 1? Pill 1. Y is pill 2. Am I going too quick? Are you catching me? How did I know that? How? Start again from the beginning. Think with me through the process. What's the first thing I did? Min or max, right? I looked for the words min or max. I saw right here minimum cost. That was like a road sign. Go find the cost numbers, please. Next step, go find the cost numbers, right? You look for the word min or max. That's like you're going to town. You first look for the word min or max, and then that points you to cost. Then I went, oh, cost, pill 1, pill 2. Oh, so that's my X and my Y. Pill 1, pill 2. See how I know that? So now for the rest of the problem, I know pill 1 is X, pill 2 is Y. See how I was led there? Min or max first. Had the word cost in it, led to pill 1, pill 2. So that's X and Y. So then I say, okay, X is my first, Y is my, and X is pill 1. What does it say about pill 1? It's 8, 1, 2. 8, 1, 2. That's all down because that's all pill 1. Huh. And then next it says, what about pill 2? 2, 1, 7. 2, 1, 7. 2, 1, 7. That all goes with a Y because that's all pill number 2. And then the total for A, it says, is 32 for A, 10 for B, 35 for C. So I got those 3? Is that good? Now, what do we do from here? Get Y by itself, put them on a graphing calculator, and graph. But let me help with that. I know that part can be kind of tricky, huh? There's a lot of problems. So get Y by itself. So grab this 8. Bump it over. It's going to be 2y negative 8x plus 32. Right, when the x jumps over, divide by 2. That's going to be y greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 16. There's equation 1. Equation 2. I'll do equation 2 over here maybe. Take this one over here. So it's just going to I'm just going to jump this x to the other side. So it'd be y greater than or equal to negative x plus 10. We okay? Remember when the x jumps to the other side, it changes signs, doesn't it? We okay with that? I take that x and I jump to the other side, becomes negative x. So I'm just getting y alone, aren't I? You get y alone in all 3 and type them into your calculator. We good? And then the third one, grab the 2x, jump it to the other side, so 7y greater than or equal to minus 2x plus 35, divide by 7, y greater than or equal to minus 2/7x plus 5. There's the third equation. So I got y alone in all 3 equations. Is that good? Okay, now, where do we go from here? Let's go to a fresh screen. Write these things down. Okay, what do we have? So I'll write three equations. So y greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 16. There's the first one. The second one was y greater than or equal to negative x plus 10. And the third one was y greater than or equal to negative 2/7 x plus 5. So there's my three equations. So I'm going to put this in as y1, y2, y3. Type it into your graphing calculator. Want to do that part with me? So go to your graphing calculator screen. Type that in. y1, y2, y3. Okay, now normally for window, I go 0, 10, 0, 10. You with me? My normal window, I do x min 0, x max 10. That's where I start, but I have to often adjust it if it's not showing me a good picture. Y min 0, y max 10. Try 0, 10, 0, 10 for your window, and hit the graph button. 2, 3. Hey, mine came out real pretty. Got three nice lines when I did 0, 10, 0, 10. Here's what I got. I got one of them that's real. Oops. That. All right, let's see them. One of them's going kind of like that. Yeah, another one is going more straight. Maybe I'll make them red, white, and blue. So this is red. No, well, white won't help. Purple. The purple one, so there's the red. Well, I don't know what order they're in, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, that's actually right. The red one's first. The purple one came next. Oh, no, that's actually wrong. That would be the purple one. All right, this is the purple one. This is the purple. So, this is purple. And then the red one, higher up, coming down like this. Like that, and then I'll put a green one next, or a blue one, red, white, and blue. The blue one is lower, and it's coming below those and going like that. Like that. Okay, so there's what I got on my, did you guys get that on your graph? When you did, again, I'm 0, 10, 0, 10 for x min, x max, y min, y max. Getting that kind of graph. Now, the trick is, where's the shading? Is the shading like, it's always either the outer or either the very outer or the very inner, huh? It's always one or the other. How do you know which one? It's just all about whether we're max. Is this a max or min? This is a minimum. So it's always opposite, huh? So minimum means the shading's out. Maximum means the shading's in. Remember how it's always opposite? Or you could also look here and say greater. So the shading is all this stuff. Well, I should do a different color, huh? It's all this stuff out here. Shading is all this, isn't it? Out here. With me here, let me draw this a little more careful. The shading is all the stuff out there. Is that good? So what that means is I need more picture. Why? Because I need to see where this red line hits. Do you see how I'm determined? I need to go up here. I got to find this point because that's one of the edges of the shaded region, isn't it? And I got to go further to the right because I've got to see this blue point down here because that's another edge of the shaded zone. You see? And of course I need this dot and I need that dot. There's my 4 corners in my shaded region. Everybody see how this works? You always have to find all the corners. And so I'm going to have to make my height go higher than 10. So I'm going to change my y max and say, all right, how much higher? Well, notice this 16 here. So you got to go higher than 16, like 20. So make that like 20. And how far on the x? I don't know, just a little further, maybe 15. Or I'll just go 20, 20. How about that? 0, 20, 0, 20. Just, that'll work. 0, 20, 0, 20. Graph. Yeah, that helps. Good. Everything's on. All the points are on my graph now. They're all hitting. Before they were going off my screen. Everybody see how I determined that? I have to have the places it hits, the corners on my screen, don't I? Everybody good? So these are the 5 points that make it hard. Can I help with that? Are you hearing me on that? Is that making sense? So first I just did 0, 10, 0, 10. Typed them in, hit graph, but I noticed a couple of them were going off the screen, the corners I needed to find. So I just made them bigger. 0, 20, 0, 20. Hit it again. They're all on my screen now. Okay, so let's go through and find them one at a time. How do we do it? Well, let's start with, yeah, I don't know if how you doing. Let's find this one. How do we find this one up here? Well, I don't know what's best for y'all. Do you like just using the table button on the calculator? You could do that. Will that always work?
No, it doesn't show one of them.
Yeah, which I'm trying to think. Doesn't show the last one?
The blue one.
Yeah, we'll show the blue one. Yeah, so use the table if you can. How about that? Was that easier? Maybe it'd be better if I just told you to plug in. I don't know.
Plug in 0.
Whichever's easier for you all. Is it easier to plug in 0? Okay. Yeah, let's do that then. So this point is, now you got to know which one's 0. Is this dot here over 0 or up 0? This big red one up here. Over 0 or up 0? Over 0. And up some large amount, huh?
16.
Which equation you plug into? The red one. See how you got to know which one you're plugging into? Plug in 0. Y is going to be 16. Yeah, that's clearly 16, huh? Is that easier? Okay, I'll just do that if that's easier for y'all. The ones that are on the axis lines, the grid lines, the ones that are on the grid lines, you plug in either x0 or y0. Right? So this one over here now, is that dot, the other one that's on a grid line, is that over 0 or up 0? Up 0. His y coordinate is 0. He's at a height of 0, isn't he? His y is 0. You with me? So I'm going to plug into the blue one, this one, y of 0. And just make it equals. You don't need greater than, less than. That's over. The greater than, less than was the shading. The shading's done. I'm just messing with the lines now, which is to equals. Did you catch that? Is that okay for you? Right? So you see what I'm doing? I'm taking that blue equation, which hits, and I'm saying y is 0. Solve for x. How do I solve that for x? Jump 5 over, becomes a -5, yeah. And then how do I finish getting that x alone?
You multiply
by the upside down, the reciprocal, huh? Multiply by -7/2. Right? Because it cancels. The 2's cancel, the 7's cancel, the 2 negatives make positive. X is 35/2. Y'all good there? 2 negatives make positive. 35/2. In other words, 17.5. If you divide it on your calculator. See how we're getting that? Is that confusing? To see how to find, so whenever you find those dots that are on a grid line, again, one of the numbers, x or y, is 0. So you plug into one of the equations 0. Or you could try to use in your table feature. Find it that way. But for sure, it'll always work if you just plug in 0 to the correct equation. You got to find the equation that hits there. You might wonder, well, how do I know which equation? Watch the order in which it graphs it when you hit the graph button. Or you can just look. This one's the highest one. Yeah, how about, yeah, that's the easiest way. Let me help you with that. Just look at the numbers on the right. Highest one, 16. Medium, 10. Lowest, 5. See, this is the lowest one. This must be hitting here at 5. And this must be hitting at 10. And this one's up here at 16. That's how you know which is which. It's the numbers on the left. The 16, the 10, and the 5. That tells you which line is which. The highest number is the highest. The medium is the medium. The lowest is low. We good? So I plugged into this one, the lowest one, y0. y0, and solve for x. Okay, now I got 2 more dots to find, don't I? I got to find these 2 in the middle. I got to find this one and this one. How do I find those 2? Intersection on my graphing calculator. But you have to tell the calculator which 2 lines you want to intersect, because there's lots of lines out there. There's 3 lines. You got to specify. Now, I don't know if I've gone over this in much detail. Let me go over here and write some instructions. So, intersect. When you intersect, when you're doing the intersect thing, if you move right, the right or left button moves on one line. It moves around on one line. If you can't see where the cursor is, just go right or left till you can see it. If you do the up or down, that switches to a different line. I don't think I've made this clear before. In case I always run out of time. So I probably should have made that clear. So that's how you tell the graphing calculator, yeah, that's the line I want, or no, I need to switch to another line. You hit the up or down arrow and it switches, either one, doesn't matter. It'll switch to a different line. All right, so let's go to it. So I have to basically hit, second calc intersect. And when I do, it'll show me stuff on the calculator. Let me just show you on my graphic calculator here. All right, so, calculator's off. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go to second calc, go down to intersect. All right, now, look what it says. Oh, I can't even hardly see. Oh, yeah, let me give you one more bit of advice. Do you see how the words are kind of in front of everything? That's the other thing, yeah. Let me, there's just so much to say, huh? Let me mention if you can raise it up by making your y min something like, I don't know, -5. Just make the bottom go lower, then you can see better. Let me show you. Go back to your window. Make your y min -5. Go back to window, say, okay. I'm going to make my y, instead of starting at 0, I'm going to start at -5. Then I can see more. Hit graph again. Gives me a little more room. See how I can see a little bit more now? So you can always raise up the view by lowering, well, you lower down the view is what you do, so you can see more on the top. So now, second calc, come down to intersect. Now I can see the curves as I'm answering the questions. It's saying first curve, but I see nothing. It's saying, is this the first curve? And I'm thinking, is what the first curve? I don't see anything, calculator. Calculators are stupid. That's a stupid question it's asking me. It's like me saying, is this the right hand? And I don't have any hands out, right? I mean, that's what it's doing. It's saying, is this the right curve? It doesn't know that the cursor's, again, technology's stupid. Some people think that, hey, we don't need to study math and science anymore. Computers just do everything. That's just not true at all. Computers are stupid, and they need they're fast, but they need somebody intelligent to tell them what to do. Then they do it real fast. So anyway, so we have to be the smart one here. I don't even know where it's at. How am I going to find out? Well, actually, I do know where it's at. It's at x equals 10 right now. And it's at y equals what? It's way down here. It's at -24. No wonder I don't see it. I wish it knew better, but it doesn't. So I've got to get it on the screen to even know if it's on the right line. How do you do that? Left and right arrows. That'll move it. Now, which one am I going to go, left or right? Well, I'm going to go left. See how y as I go left, y is coming up, less negative? See, y is coming -18, -7. Y is getting closer. Y is coming home. Come on home, y. As I push left, see y? We're going to see it on the screen pretty soon. Where are you? Ah, there it is. See it? Do you see by pushing left hit on the screen there? See which line it's on? Oh, you're on that line. You see how I know now? I just kept pushing left, and I just watched what was happening with my x's and y's, and I know my window. My window is, I'm between 0 and 20, basically. So now, is that one of the lines? So it's asking me, hey, is this one of the lines you want me to enter? You want me to pick two lines and intersect them for you? Is this one of the two lines? Well, sure. Yeah, do that one, calculator. Do this one and this one first off, and I'll get this intersection. Right? And then in a minute, I'll do the other two lines. Right? You tracking with me? Right? So we're going to do them one at a time. So if I want to say, yeah, it's saying first curve, question mark. Is that the first line that you want? I'm going to go, yeah, calculator, enter. I told it, yes. Use that one. Now it's saying, okay, now is this the second one you want? Well, in case you're not sure, just move it right and left. You can see which one it's on. Oh, you're on that one. Yeah, that'd be great. Do that one. Hit enter. And now what about the guess? Just hit enter. For the guess, just hit enter. Boom. It intersected those two. See the dot right there? It intersected those two. Is this revelatory? Is this eye-opening? Sorry, I should have told you before. I'm sorry. I never know what to do with our time. I try to make the best use. All right, so what is the coordinates there? What did it say? 2, 8? 2, 8. So I did those two, got 2, 8. Let's do the other two. All right, so now go back to your calculator and do the whole thing in second calc, go down to intersect, and it's saying first curve. Now I can't, it's at the intersection. I don't even know which of the two it's on. Again, stupid question, calculator. It should not ask me such a dumb question. I don't know if it's on which one, so how am I going to figure out which line it's really on? I'm going to move right and left. Remember, right and left moves along the line. Up and down will switch between lines. So I'm going to go right. Okay, there, it's on that one. It's on the one that goes highest up. Is that one of the two I want this time? No. I'm going to jump off of that one. Why? Because I want to intersect. I want the other intersection, which is the other two lines. So how do I jump off? How do I say no, calculator? Not this one. Jump off this one. Up or down. Doesn't matter. Either one. Up or down, you'll jump to another line. I'll just push down. Boom. See it jump to the other one? And now say, is this one of the ones you want? I go, yes. Much better, calculator. Enter. Yep, I want that one. Now it says, now is this the second one? Yep. See how I'm moving right and left? It's on the second one I want. I say, yep, do that one, calculator. Guess, just go for it, calculator. There it is, 7.3. It found the other intersection. 7.3. Does everybody understand that then? Up and down arrow switches between lines. Right and left moves along a line so you can see where it's at. That's really, really important information. And of course, and if you want to raise up things so you can see them better, make your Y min go a little lower. Maybe we should always do that, huh? Maybe we should just always make our Y min -5. So we get the thing up a little bit, we can see a little bit more of the graph. That's probably a good idea. Make your Y min -5. So now we've got our 4 corner points, don't we? This is 17.5 here. So 17.50, 7.3, 2, 8, 0, 16. Now you just plug them all in to the max min thing and pick the highest or the lowest. Can I just leave it at that? Just plug them in, pick the highest or lowest. Questions on that one? Trying to look at number 8. These are hard. All right, and then number 8. Let's set up number 8. Okay, Jamal and his bank. Now we set this one up already last time, didn't we? So, oh yeah. Well, where do we start? We don't start there. We start. I'm starting in the wrong place. Max or min? Max or min? Where does it say it? Maximum amount Jamal can earn. So you start with the max or min word. Remember, that's always where we start. We want to maximize earn dollars. So that throws me over to where it says something about earning.
Interest.
Yeah, that's the interest, right? The interest is 7% for Citibank, so 0.07 Citi, and 11% for State Bank. There we go, 0.07 Citi plus 0.11 State. We want to maximize that, maximize those earnings. All right, so that tells me my two variables, city and state. See how what you maximize or minimize tells you your variables right away? That gets you going? Well, plus they're asking me, aren't they? Citibank, State Bank, so those are my variables. How much should he invest in Citibank and State Bank? Okay, let's go back to questions. $16,000 for the two banks together, right? City or state, $16,000. So that's city plus state, $16,000. Is this going to be greater than or less than? Yeah, max, opposite, less. It's always opposite, huh? For max, it's less. For min, it's greater. All right, what's the next fact? Here's the tricky one. At least 1,000 in city. City is at least 1,000, but no more than 12. That's tricky. I showed you that last time. City's between 1,000 and 12,000. Okay, and now the last part, State Bank, no more. State is at least 11,000, or no, at most 11,000, less than or equal to 11,000, right? No more than 11,000. All right, there's all the facts. There's all the numbers. Got them. Now, let's go back, put our X and our Y. So this will be X, this will be Y, X, Y, X, Y, huh? So every equation that has a Y, the first one and the third one, I get Y alone. So let's go over here and do this one. Grab the X, jump it to the other side. So Y less than or equal to negative X plus 16,000. This one, Y less than or equal to 11,000. Remember, you always get Y alone. We always get y alone. So I got y alone in the first equation and the third equation. But the second equation, the middle equation, there's no y. I can't get y alone. There is no y. The second equation simply says that x is between 1,000 and 12,000. All right. Well, let's go to our graph. So all we can put on our graph is this one and this one. That's all we can do. So this will be y1. This one will be y2. Let's type it in on our graphing calculator, and we'll have no y3 at all. So y1 is negative x plus 16,000. y2 is 11,000. We have no y3 at all. I'll just leave my calculator where it was before, 020, 020, or negative 520 or whatever. Hit graph, and I see absolutely nothing. Is that what you're getting? So what do you do when you hit the graph button and you see absolutely nothing? Yeah, go to your table, or just look at the values. Look at the y value. Remember, we can always look at the numbers off to the right. How big is that y got to be? 16,000 or bigger. So that tells me I've got to make a y max that's, I don't know, let's go to like something bigger. How about 20,000? Y max has got to be bigger than 16. Whatever these numbers are, this is how high they hit. Right? The y ones, at least with the ones where I have y alone, not the third equation. And x, look at x. I've got to go, this is x. So my x has to go up to, my x max has to be at least 12,000. Why don't we just do 20,000 for him also? So I'm going to make my y max 20,000 and my x max 20,000. See how I'm figuring that out? And I'm hitting graph. Yeah, getting something much better, much more clear graph when I do that. Okay, let me show you, let's see if I have room here. Maybe I'll just erase this part, move it over. Okay, so let me show you the graph I'm getting. So I went 0, 20,000, 0, 20,000 for x and y. You can make the y negative, something if you want, but I don't think it matters. So what am I getting? I'm getting a graph that looks like this. One of them is a straight line, just like that. The other one is a diagonal line coming down like that. Is that what you're getting? So 0, 20,000, 0, 20,000. That's what I'm getting. I need, now, where's the shading? Inner region or outer? How do you know? What is it? This is this max or min? Max. Max problem? Max. Opposite is in inner. So the shading's in here, huh? Now I haven't done the X thing yet. I'm gonna do the other one in a minute. But so far so good. Shading, right? You guys good with the opposite concept, right? So for max the shading is low. For min, the shading is out there, right? It's always reverse. So the shading is down there, except what about the X requirements? What does that say?
It's between 1,000 and 12,000.
Yeah, that means you can only go from like 1,000 over to like 12,000. There's like this zone of capturing, and you can't go outside that. There's this limited zone from like 1,000 to 12,000. How do I know 12,000 is about there? Well, I know 20,000 is all the way over here. Remember I went 0 to 20,000? So 12 is a little more than halfway. Something like that, right? There's some kind of zone there. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. Even though I can't get the whole thing on my screen because I can't graph the X thing, I just put the X thing on there. You good? So now I've got to find all the corners of that shaded region, which would be this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner, and that 5. 5 corners. This is painful. It is the last one. Last ones are always painful in a math homework, huh? 5 corners. Got to find them all. So, all right, here we go. Let's start with this. This one's easy. How do you get that one?
You subtract the
That's just intersect.
yeah.
That's just the intersection of the two lines, right? Just hit second intersect on that one, right? Second calc, go down to intersect. And just hit enter, enter, enter. You don't even need to move. There's only 2 lines. Do you guys see the idea? If there's only two lines, you don't have to play around with which two lines. There's only two lines. So that's when I just hit enter, enter, enter for the second calc intersect. Everybody tracking with me? There's only two lines on this screen. The blue line, the red line. So when I went to my calculator, I went second calc intersect, enter, enter, enter. I didn't bother with moving around the line and switching lines with the up, down arrows. There's only two. We only have to do that switching around thing when there's more than two. Right? If there's only two, I mean those two. Intersect those two. All right, so what did I get? I got 5,000, 11,000. Did y'all getting that okay? 5,000, 11,000. That's that intersection point right there. Okay, now, how about these? How about this one down here? Do I know this one?
Yeah.
What's that one?
It's 1,000,
Comma.
0.
Got to be 0, and this one's 12,000, 0, huh? Because they're at a height of 0. So those two weren't too bad. I got two more. Good so far? Okay. This, what do we got? This point right, let me try to hone in on it for you. This point right here, he's a little tricky. He's over 1,000, isn't he? See how he's over 1,000? This point here is over 1,000. What's he up, though? What's his height here?
11,000.
Which of these two numbers? It's one of those two. It's the lower one, right? Because the blue line hits higher. This one is lower, right? It's the 11,000, not the 16,000. This must be over 1,000, up 11,000. And it makes sense. These guys are in the same height, aren't they? They're both at a height of 11,000, aren't they? Right? So that's 1,000, 11,000. One more. This one. He's over 12,000.
And up 4,000.
How do you know that?
Because X plus Y equals 16,000.
Yeah, good. Good. Let me see if everybody's with Joel. So first off, you agree it's over 12,000, right? That dot is over 12,000. How high is he? Well, you can plug into the other equation. Which equation? That's an X value of 12,000. Which equation am I going to plug that X value into? This is the line that hits higher. So it's the 16,000 one. Right? So plug 12,000 in for X there. Minus 12,000 plus 16,000? Bless you. 4,000. Everybody see what happened there? Minus 12,000 plus 16,000. Y is minus X plus 16,000. Right? I plugged in minus 12,000 plus 16,000. I got that dot. I got my 5 dots. Now just plug them all in and pick the maximum. How we doing? We good with those two? So make sure you can do those on your own. You know, that's what I had to do in math classes too. A lot of times didn't understand it, but I'd go back and I'd do it later, especially the hard ones. I'd go back, and you know, you have the computer can ask you for a new one. Right? You just go back in there. You can go back in practice mode. After you're already doing the homework, just go back in practice mode. Hey, give me a new one, please. It'll change the numbers. Try it on your own. See if you can go through all that process on that. Questions on that one? Is that good? I feel like you're... This is real skill to use the graphing calculator well, huh? That's part of what I wanted to instruct with this. That using technology involves some skill. It doesn't just do it for you automatically. All right.